Okay, so what kind of situation do we have at the moment from a weekly perspective on LTC USD? We know that we had strong support at this area. The market broke that zone to the downside, was turned resistance here. However, the market broke back above it and now is again support here. And as we can see, the market has already tried to respect this zone. However, we can't forget that from a pattern perspective, we also have an impulse, correction, and impulse pattern to the downside. So this zone might actually break to the downside to complete the pattern. So on the weekly, we have to take two kind of informations. First of all, we have support. Second of all, we might break that support to the downside because of the weekly pattern that we have. Again, if we want to measure this retracement after this impulse to the downside, what are we supposed to be doing? Taking our Fibonacci from the high to the low, and what we can see is that currently we have a market that tested just now the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement. Now let's go and see what is the situation from a daily perspective. Now on the daily as well, everything is bearish, okay? So on the daily, we have a situation which aligns with what we have on the weekly from a pattern perspective. So yes, we have support here, but at the same time, also on the daily, we have a bearish pattern because we have impulse followed by this first correction to go and retest this daily resistance. We will use the purple color. So previous support, turn resistance, the market broke above, broke back below, kind of created this inverted head and shoulders, and we can expect continuation to the downside. So it's a very complicated situation, right? Because on the weekly, we have support here, but we have also a bearish pattern. On the daily, we have the support from the weekly, plus we have a bearish pattern. Will the market manage to break this zone? You don't know it, and you don't have good probabilities in taking a short because you are shorting just above a weekly support. So even if the trade does work out, anyway, it's not a high probability trade. And you can have a good risk to reward on it, but you don't have good probabilities. So where are actually the best probabilities and best risk to reward? If the market will manage to break below this area, then after a retracement, it's definitely great to be looking for possible shorts. But at the moment, since the market is still above this support, what kind of situation it would be the best to be looking for possible opportunities if the market manages to actually break above this previous resistance, now turn support, which at the moment probably the market won't do. So it's a very interesting pair to follow. At the moment, we won't, with students, be looking for neither a buy nor a sell opportunity on this. There are definitely way better pairs, cryptocurrencies to be looking at the moment. So LTC USD is not something we will be actively following until we will see a clear scenario play out. For example, what would be great is to see this weekly support break to the downside, and after a retracement, then yes, absolutely, we will be monitoring with students on the 4-hour time frame after the break and retest for possible shorting opportunities from a 4-hour perspective if our rules will be satisfied. And at the same time, if the market manages to break this resistance to the upside, then after a retracement back inside of this zone, again, we will absolutely be monitoring for possible longing opportunities for the continuation to the upside. But until we have a market bounded in between this daily resistance and this weekly support, we will not be looking for opportunities. We need to see a break from a daily perspective with a clear impulse, either to the upside or to the downside. And then with students, we will be adding it on watch list for a nice trading opportunity at that point with good probabilities and good risk to reward. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis and education, make sure you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you, and I will see you in the next video.